All right, everybody. Welcome. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday today. I know I am for the most part. It's always pretty much my day off so that I can spend some time with you guys here. So it looks like we're having a pretty nice turnout over here today. I decided to change it up a little bit, so I am on my female character for her Lysidrax style. I really like the new Sinister Vortex accessory with her style, so I traded off the Yellow Lantern battery and added the Vortex accessory instead. It kind of looks like yellow rings kind of going around her, so I thought that was really cool. So I figured I'd go ahead and do the stream on her and kind of stick with that, and then check out everybody here. Petty Officer Master Chief, welcome to chat. Abraham, welcome to chat. Abraham says, I'll be showcasing my Black Lantern Grim Reaper style. Very interesting. We'll have to just take a look when it happens. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to start off with Jason right now over here. He's doing, it looks like the wave or the flow, something along the lines of that. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so it looks like it's Peter Quill style. Yeah, it's not bad. I would probably use a slightly different face style, but it's not terrible. We got Stark over here. Man, that's an interesting armor. I've never seen anybody make something like that. I don't know how I feel about the back and hands, but I guess he's trying to do like the nanotech. That's probably what they're trying to go for. And then we got anime over here. I like that these feet have like an open toe feature. And you can color them down if you want to, but if you don't want to, it'll mimic the skin color of your character. So I like that. I really like how the devs are adding hand styles or feet style items, or even head style items that'll mimic the skin of your character automatically. I like that. And then we got Dick Grayson over here. Trying to think of what character this is. If you know what character this is, you can go ahead and comment in chat. I don't recognize who this is, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. Not a terrible style. It's probably like a genre I don't watch or something along the lines of that. Welcome Count, welcome to chat. He says, hey, iconic, thanks to Homecoming I got the hairstyle from the vendor to upgrade. Okay, nice. Very nice. Yeah, the hairstyles are really out of this world for the Homecoming event, but they're really cool though. I know a lot of people that use those same hairstyles to make like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku or something along the lines of that. Or like Cumber the Evil Saiyan, you know? So I've seen people use both of those hairstyles for all sorts of crazy things. Let's see. William Maximoff. That's not too bad. I'd probably use some different shoes though. Something that pops a little more, will show a little more of that green. And then we've got Batman over here. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I dropped the short for last week. I dropped the short for that, I think like an hour or two ago. I think that's what I scheduled it for, an hour or two ago. So go ahead and check it out and see if you were part of it. And I'm guessing this is a Reaper style you were talking about, Abraham, your Alfred Lantern right here. Guessing this one right here. One thing I gotta try out is the Reborn shoulders with the Necron chest, with the Death vest. I think I'd want to try that out. I think that would be pretty interesting to see how that works out. I'm gonna look at Captain Armstrong. Jar, welcome to chat. It's a Titan mech. Which Titan mech? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's something that's newer in the comics that I haven't seen yet. And then we got Logar Amura, if I'm saying that last part right. She got that right there from Warhammer 40k. Yeah, the hair is great. Yeah, very dramatic, but there's definitely styles for that, and it looks really good on the guys. And then we got Neanderthal over here. So you know, you have like the head and back pelts basically. You got maybe like iron or bronze, you know, gauntlets or whatnot, or bracers rather. It's not bad. I mean, it's very simplistic style. It's not bad. I wish we had capes that were a little more raised so you could actually see like the fur coming off of it. Because even though it looks like it has all the textures, technically it's all just drawn on to the character. I wish we actually had some with a little bit of like body to them on the back, kind of like the head style. But you know, they're doing what they can with what they got. And these could be like leather, now that I think about it. If you're Neanderthal, I don't think you're making a lot of bronze. You're leather and pelts and skins and whatnot. And then we've got Heracles Olympus over here that's right next to him. Jar says it's like one of the Mechazoid from the Power Rangers, except the Titans used in one of the shows. Oh, okay, that's probably why I don't know about it. Okay. I mean, it didn't look too bad. I mean, for someone who's not familiar with it, it didn't look too bad. It looked pretty good. Alright, so there you have Hercules or Heracles. Heracles is a little more correct in how you say it. But Hercules is what everybody kind of knows it more by. But the funny thing is it was like Hera tried to get him at so many different times, and he was named in honor of Hera as like, I don't know, like a I don't know if it was like a taunt or a slap in the face or hopeful that she wouldn't kill him. You know, kind of be like, yo, you know, I'll name him in your honor, just don't, you know. But no, she, you know, Hera couldn't openly oppose Zeus, so she went after the children and the lovers that Zeus would have. That's how she would get her vengeance. Alright, we got Wallace's over here. Let's see, let's scooch over here. We got Do Brandon over here, or DJ Brandon. I thought that was you. Alright. So this is, it looks like this is kind of their take on like a Sinestro Corps Scarecrow. I think this is Libra over here. Let's take a look. Count says, let me see here. Count says I designed him to resemble Magnus the Red, Primarch of the Thousand Suns. Yeah. Red Knight says, how'd you guys feel about Batman event coming? I think a lot of people have wanted the emblem to come back. The only thing is, for people who already had the emblem, I don't think it's going to be anything special. If that's kind of what you're thinking, it's not going to be anything special for people who already have the emblem. Um, like I know it was under like I know it was initially like let me see styles. Initially, it was under like Batman 80th anniversary emblem or something like that, and then they switched it to classic Batman. So there you go. Yeah, classic Batman. That's what they ended up switching it to. So yeah, I had a little bit of a doozy trying to find it. I don't know, a few weeks ago, and then I saw Multiverse make his video on it saying that he noticed that that it had also changed, and I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, pretty much having the same issue kind of going on there. So yeah, so it does not surprise me at all. But it'll be nice for those that haven't been able to get it. Let me see here. I'm trying to look for. They're right next to me. I probably need to go more. Yeah, Jeannie Nelson. There we go. But it'll be great for those that haven't had a chance to actually get it. So I'm sure they'll be very happy when they can finally get that. Let me see. Char says, I wish I could use the side sweep hair on a male tune for the suit, but I can't, sadly. It's female tune locked. The side sweep hair on a male tune? Side sweep. I'm trying to think here. I'm pretty sure that's not female locked. Let me just make sure. Side sweep. Okay, it's actually side sweep. I thought you were referring to. Here we go. I thought you were talking about the side swept hair. That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah, side sweep is yeah. The thing that kind of drove me nuts, even though yes, it kind of makes sense why they did it. But when they did the bombshell hairstyles, I thought from that point they should have just made everything made it to where both sides could wear it no matter how ridiculous it looks. Both sides should have been able to have it and be able to collect it and wear it and whatever they want to do. No matter how silly some things look, I think both sides should be able to have basically the same style or close to the same style. That's what I think. I feel that freedom of being able to find whatever styles there are and being able to just wear them no matter how silly they look. I think that should be an option. Because some things require crazy options. So yeah, because like when I see like bearded ladies walking around because they're using the Jolly Beard from the Christmas event, I'm like, that is extra. That is extra customization options, like in the making right there. That's like, hey, you want to be you want to be a female character with a beard running around the House of Legends. That's your right. Go ahead. Put a beard on, whatever you want to do. So I always kind of find stuff like that funny, and I think that allows you to kind of make silly characters. So I'm all for that. I don't think they should be locking anything to any certain like male or female characters. They shouldn't be locking anything like that. Just put it out there and let people go wild and do whatever they want. Let me see here. I'll just do Scarlet. Jar says I have it in my inventory and it says it's female locked. Says it's my number one requested thing, to be honest. If you see or you'll see why it is. Alright, let me look at the Wanda here. Oh, they finally fixed the I know that they did for a while, but I guess there was another issue that went on, or they recognized that they fixed it. But the Lord of Lies head style takes away no longer takes away like face styles, which is really nice. So and that's another thing. I believe all head styles should not like stop you from having a face style put on. Like here's a really good example. No, wrong menu. So head style, aberrant right here. This should allow for a face style, and it doesn't. This should allow for a face style, because guess what? If I was able to use this with a face style, this is what I would use with it. Two-face inspired mask. That's what I would use with it. But since I can't use a face style, I can't really make a style with it, because I'm disappointed that I can't use a face style with it. I think it was almost silly to me why they didn't allow that as an option, and I don't know why that is. But hopefully they kind of go ahead and end up patching that in the future, because I'd like to see that style especially get a patch so that I can play around with stuff like that. Sectors, hi, welcome to chat. How's it going? Alrighty here. And we've got let me see some styles I haven't seen before. So we got Noble Cow. I don't think I've seen them around here before. Looks like they're gonna be off a little bit. There we go. I knew they were gonna be a little ways over. So there you go. So that's Ultimate Superman right there. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff going on with Ultimate Wonder Woman in the comics. I would not be surprised if we end up getting her in the game before we get any sort of Superman stuff. Or at least I wouldn't be surprised if we get some of her like styles before we get any of his. Because I mean, they just did a few things for him lately in the comics, but she's already had like quite a few things already going on. So I could see them doing something for her in game before they've done anything for him. So we'll just have to go ahead and see how it works out. But I like this classic Loki over here. Very nice. Very nice classic Loki. Let me see, we got God of Stories Loki. Let's also look at him. So there you go. I like the accessory. The back style's not bad. I could see the back style being really good for like Brainiac. I don't know. It would have to be like a very like Elseworld version of Brainiac, but I could see that being really good. Like he's kind of like downloading information in the back, and it's like, you know, it's like he's you could almost look at these as like wires that are going into certain like units, and he's like taking the data in. I think that would be kind of cool. Let's see who else. I've already seen. I mean, I'll show them off again, but I've already had them in a short lately. But it's a good style. So we got Harley here. This is supposed to be Harley from the one game that we had recently, and she's like dressed in like Wonder Woman's gear. The one I'd like to see, which it right now we're probably not going to get it because we don't have the right shark head style for it, would be like a King Shark version, like a King Shark wearing Superman suit, like it is, you know, in that game as well. That'd be kind of cool. Count says, I've been trying Mental and Earth for the first time in the form of two characters, Dimitri and Donovan. So far, I'm liking the powers. I swapped my quantum character to I swapped him to atomic, because just so much more of this game now is really benefited from running a battle tank, and it's almost silly at this point to not run a battle tank in this game, especially when there's so much content you can solo. And I don't want to make him another rage character because my main is rage. I have another ult that's earth, so it was either atomic or fire I'd go. And so I decided atomic because I feel like atomic has a little more damage potential, just because it's the combos already do quite a bit of damage, and now you're just kind of stacking on top of that. So I made a supercharge build with it, and I think it's a good build. But here's what I ended up doing for the most part. I mean, I'm not on the character, so I'll try to be somewhat brief on it and somewhat clear about it. But here we go. So basically, it's a supercharged build, and I'm running everything to kind of get you like the max supercharge back. Flash, head mod, all the right artifacts, whatnot. But then he uses Neo Venom as his supercharge, but then he carries a second supercharge. So this is a two supercharge build. So you spam your combos and then your supercharge generator, whatnot, and then you use Neo Venom, and then after Gemini's little circle goes away, then you go ahead and you use Nuclear Blast, and you basically will double the damage of Nuclear Blast when you have Neo Venom going. So I'll use 2 supercharges, and then I usually do 2 Nuclear Blasts before basically before Neo Venom resets, and then I go ahead and pop Neo Venom again, and then I'll do 2 more Nuclear Blasts after that, and then pretty much rinse and repeat. So, and it's turned out really good. Yeah, the loadout's pretty solid, and I feel like having Neo Venom's also just really good for the support side of it, because you gain a lot of defense back. You get a lot of defense while using Neo Venom, so it's really good. So not only are you really strong with Neo Venom as you're doing your combos and you're getting your aura and whatnot, but also you're doing a lot of damage when you're pairing Neo Venom with Nuclear Blast. It's just very supercharge heavy, so if you're running everything that gets you supercharge back as soon as possible, it's not really going to be a problem for you for the most part. You're going to get it back pretty easily without really trying. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been playing around with on that character for the most part, and it's been working out pretty good. We got Jason again. Looks like he's got something different going on. Okay, so I guess this is like the Ravager's version of Star-Lord. You can see he's still working on like the face style, whatnot. Something to come up with. And then we got Hanzo over here. I feel like we could use a little more fire here or something a little more fiery with that character. Get a little give it a little bit of contrast to it. And then we got Son Goten over here. Gohan-san. No, we're looking for Goten. There we go. Yeah, so I see some Super Saiyans are going ahead and using this. It's not bad. It's not terrible. The one aura I would recommend though would be the ultimate aura. I don't know. I see people using all sorts of like yellow auras, and it's like I I don't know how I got the ultimate aura. I kind of forget a lot of these styles where exactly they come from, but it's like, I don't know. Let's look here. Ultimate aura. Like, to me, that's a Super Saiyan aura. Like, that's like, you can't even compare with anything else. Like, that is a Super Saiyan aura. I think if you'd want to look like the most accurate Super Saiyan, that's probably what you want to go for. And then we got Supergirl 1. So this is definitely like based on like the show Supergirl. That's one of the Legends skins I kind of regret I didn't get. Was the Supergirl like her version of the Legends character. I don't know. That kind of sucked. I kind of, you know, you kind of look back on it now and I'm like, man, I kind of wish I had grabbed that. But at the time I just didn't really grab it. So you got so it looks like you have Aang over here as a airbender. The legs and chest and back combo together are pretty nice, even though they kind of clip together. They work well for what they are. And then of course you have Scantless over here. Man, I can tell you, when the windows are open, there's nothing that smells better than freshly cut grass with the smell of rain. You can't beat that. Man, I've tried all over to at least get a candle to smell somewhat like that. Some of them have come close, but none of them are exactly like that. Alright, so you got this one right here. This is pretty good. This definitely looks like an earthbender. Let's take a look, yeah. I really like that that Killer Frost hairstyle. Let's see. Okay, we got Kella over here. Did I miss them? Probably. There we go. Kella and her. Okay, so they're just starting out with their Supergirl style. Maybe like their own version of the character. The hairstyle's nice. The hairstyle's a good start. Like I said, like I think it was like a stream or two ago. They made a really good version of the character. I mean, the hairstyle makes a really nice version of that character. For Supergirl, it's a really nice hairstyle for it. Looking for the Black Lightning. I'm always curious to see what people will make for this character. See, this is the same chest style I've used in the past in some of my really old videos on the channel. It's a really good, it's probably the closest you're going to get for like a classic Black Lightning, even though it is kind of like flames. It's like, I don't know, you squint just right and it doesn't really matter. And then we got Rachel Roth over here. I don't know if I looked at them or not. Okay, so this is like a Raven from like the TV show. You know, you have the clasp on the side, you have the belt, the little short boots. This is like the OG Titan show version of the character. It's not bad. Very nice. Okay. Well, that name has me curious. Peg Leg Reg. Alright, there they are. Okay, so it's based on Ravager. Yeah, Deathstroke's daughter, Ravager. She goes into the family business with her dad at some point. Very nice. Yeah. Let's see. We got, looks like we have like a Super Saiyan Vegeta in the back. Shang, I think this could be all the way in the back. There we go. Alright. Yeah. I like how they colored the eyebrows the same color as the hair, because a lot of people miss over that detail where Saiyans, like their eyebrows above their eyes, actually turn the same golden color as their hair, and I think a lot of people miss that detail. So I actually like this, even though the material is wrong, even though the material is not the ultimate one. This is still a good style. Still very nice. Just because of them remembering the eyebrows, and everything else kind of pieces together pretty good. Alright. Alrighty. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop down a phase or two and start checking out. Oh wait, I'm going to go ahead and show off the Hades character real quick. I don't think I've went ahead and showed him off. So in the Discord, somebody was asking what chroma he was using, and it was a good question. But yeah, I recommend these if you have like an armor that uses just like a lot of metal, and you need like differing like metal against each other. I think this is a really good chroma to do it. So I believe this is the Iron Themysciran chroma. But yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. Let's look at Omega over here real quick. So it looks like a specter of some sorts. Maybe it's like their version of the character. Alright. I'm gonna get out of combat. Am I out of combat now? I should be. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we've got Flash over here. I actually like this version. I know there's not a lot going on with the character. There's no real big aura or anything like that. But I do like the simplicity of it, and I do like how they're using the chest style to kind of get like a speedster look to it. Yeah, that's not bad. I actually kind of like that, even though it is very simplistic. And then we've got Sentry over here. Alright, Commander Khan. Wow, that is a lot of just mental energy right there. And then we got Tilak Rao. Wow, I actually like this one. I think the skin really pulls this together really well. Yeah, I think it's a skin, because I know this is the black Shadowbender chroma. But yeah, I like that. It works really well. I think the red eyes make it pop. And then we got Valtrax over here. Let's see. So this is like a symbiote. Very interesting. It almost looks like a Santa Claus beard on the bottom, but I see what they're trying to do there. And then we got Jim Rhodes over here. see. It's together, not separate. There we go. Okay. So you got a War Machine going on here. Very nice. And then we'll look at Cassandra Kane Bat, and then I think we'll drop down one more. So all she just needs is the belt, but otherwise I think everything else is really nice with the style. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. And drop down one more. Okay, I was about to say I should be high enough for that. We've got Sky Tyrant. So we actually saw this one last week. It's a pretty nice style. I kind of like the skin, the scarring on the character. And then you got Genos over here. So this character is actually from One Punch Man. If you don't know the character, he's actually a really cool character. They kind of use him as like a stepping stone to show how strong the actual main character is. Even though this guy is like really overpowered, he still pales in comparison to Saitama in the series. But Saitama basically becomes like his mentor in a sense. But yeah, it's a pretty nice character. He's basically like a really high-powered cyborg. And then we got Tony Stark over here. Well, that doesn't look like Tony Stark. Alright, let's see. And then we've got Meteorite Carrier over here. What's up? How's it going, Fred? Welcome to chat. And you got Meteorite Carla Sofin over here. Alright. Alright, I think I'm gonna dip back to the main phase. We got Ella over here. Let me just double check real quick before. Okay. Alright. Let's jump back to the other phase. Am I already out of combat? Yeah, I'm already out. Alright, we're in. And if you guys are curious what other people are doing on the sister server of EU, I put a short up for that also on the channel, so you can check out what they're doing across the pond. Cause I got a comment like a day or two ago, and they were like, "Hey, you know, you should give us a little love over there. It's been a little bit." I'm like, "Yeah, they're right. They're right." So I went over there, and you know, it's pretty early in the morning, even for them, but even more for me. But I went ahead and I was like, "Yeah, we'll go over there anyway." And there were quite a few really good styles over there, so I was able to capture some of those and put them into a short. Where's Damien over here? Damien Shu. See, I actually like the style. I like the electricity with it. I don't even know the character at all, but I really like the aesthetic of it. Like, I don't have to even like know the character to know that I like this style. Like, this is actually pretty nice. I like that. And then we got Nelson over here. So this is like our game's version of Dr. Fate, or like the newer version rather, kinda-ish. They took a little liberty on some of the other stuff, but it's not bad. And we got Bruce Wayne over here. So this kind of reminds me of like the Jim Gordon version of the character. I think that's what they're trying to like make. It's the Jim Gordon Batman. Fred says, I'm there and don't see you, or is don't see you. I am phase 1 of Metropolis, next to the trying to think of the, ooh, what's Silky doing over here? Took out Silky. We're over by Little Bohemia. Little Bohemia phase 1. And I just took out somebody's Silky. That's freaking hilarious. But yeah, so you got a Riff Rat over here. Very interesting. Looks like a Golden Age character. Like what I'd find to expect in like a really old Batman comic book. And then we've got, let's see, we got Dick Grayson over here. So this is like the show version of the character. Not bad. And he even has like the clasp. He uses the emblem to get the clasp appearance, which is very nice. And then let me look at. So we got Ares over here. So it looks like all the Olympian gods are slowly showing up. So you got the Ares character over here. Alright. We got Arrowman. I really need to find another style that I can use this material on. I gotta think of something, because I really like this material. This is the force field material. I just haven't found a lot of really good uses for it. So I really got to find something for that, because I really like the material, and I think it would go good with quite a few things. I just haven't found something yet with it. I'm in the process of making the video for the Legion of Superheroes, so I'm thinking maybe I'll use that for maybe part of like Brainiac 5 suit or something. I'll see if I can fit it somewhere in there like that. So right here you have Chaos, which is Billy Batson over here. I kind of like it. It's very nice. Even though the gloves are clipping together, I think they did a good job of making them look like they're almost seamlessly coming together. So yeah, you can still kind of like see the clipping on it, but I don't think it's like that horrendous. It still kind of slims down to where it's not a crazy problem. You got Simmons over here. So you got your Spawn character. I've had a few people ask me to see what I could do with this character. Who knows? I'll see if I could try to take a crack at him at some point. All right. Who shall we look at? Faceless Detective. JSA Speedster just caught my eye. What? It says JSA. I was thinking of like that it was gonna be Jay Garrick, and it wasn't. So you got like a Batman character going on here. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like Black Cat from the JSA. something that's really good for him now is that you can use the reborn hands to get the hand wraps, which makes the character look so much better now. And then of course you got Batmite over here. I wish we could have like really like animated eyes or something. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So I think, I don't know. I think I'll look at another, I'll say another 2 styles, and then I think we'll call it a stream. So let me see here. What's it? America Eternal. I'll look at them real quick, and then I'll look at Logan Howlett. Alright, let me see if I can find them on the list. I'll do Logan first. So this is Wolverine character. The hair's always good. That hair's always a really good choice. That's the Al Ghul hair with the blades on the hands. What's up, PPC? How's it going? And then I'm trying to see here. Okay, I'll look at Queen Diana over here real quick. So wow, actually this is a really good Star Sapphire. It's not perfect looking. It's okay. It doesn't look perfectly like the in-game version, but I don't think it was meant to. And I think that's all right. Because I think I don't think the character really needs it. I think sometimes you can go outside of that and you'll still have a really good style. Where are they? America Eternal. So this is based on like some of the angels from Dragon Ball Super. With the Tournament of Power. So I think that was a really nice style. And I don't know, Himera, I think I've already seen them before. Okay, I haven't seen this style before, but I feel like there could be something to break it up, or there needs to be a third material in here, because I feel like it's all just Phoenix. Maybe if they were to add in like some the forge material in here and there on certain pieces, I think it would break up all of the Phoenix. I think it makes it hard to follow the style if you have too much Phoenix material going on. You got to break it up a little bit so that everybody can navigate your style a little. Yeah. All right. All right. I'll look at one more. Let me see, one I have not seen yet. Alright, I'm going to do Pure Blank, because I'm seeing them down there and it looks pretty good. Or at least from here it does. Let's find out. It's not bad. I like the metallic part of it. It's not bad. I think this could be a really good style if you added, you know, some nice materials here that have like different, that give it a little more depth. Because I think right now, the different materials kind of clashing. Like you have the really old materials here and the new ones are kind of clashing to a point to where you don't really know where to look, and it doesn't have a lot of uniformity to it. I think that's the only thing that's really working against it. Alrighty, Queen Diana over here. Okay, alright, this is the last one, I promise. This is the last one. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is Ultimate Wonder Woman. So I think we're gonna end up getting a bunch of her stuff earlier than like Superman stuff. That's what I think. But we'll see how it turns out. Only time will tell. And like I said, I promise that was the last one. So I appreciate you all for coming out and spending some time with me on this beautiful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as we go into the new week, So I appreciate you all, and I will see you all in the next video. Laters. And give it away, boys. Alright. There we go.